but I'm doing it as Aaron Rodgers. Oh, man, I love this music. Is this Sabrina Carpenter? No, I don't think so. Here's the thing, man. Cowboys, Eagles. I saw an eagle last week flying through the sky, and I thought, how free must that feel? Gliding through the sky, not a care in the world. But if you're talking about a matchup, and this really makes me sad, a cowboy has a gun, and a cowboy could shoot that eagle out of the sky. Now, that's a crime if you're in America, but we're not in America. We're in some random country partaking in ayahuasca. I just feel like if you're looking at this game, and I hate to call it a game, there's nothing funny or nothing competitive, I think, with a cowboy facing an eagle, because I want to be that eagle. But if we're talking about a matchup, I'd probably just go with the cowboy because he has the gun. This is way too many points. Let's just go Dallas plus 7.5. I'm sorry. I'm really affected right now.
I think we all need a darkness retreat after that handicap.
Yes.
I really wonder what people are thinking if they're just tuning in. That was Jenk's handicap on ayahuasca of the Cowboys and the Eagles. Big divisional matchup, at least for the Eagles, I suppose. But you're right, some major injuries in this one as well. Jalen Hurts, of course, not playing for the Eagles. And then we have CeeDee Lamb missing on the side of the Cowboys. So as we recover and regain consciousness, if you want to watch that game, it's set for, let's see, it is 1 Eastern on Sunday in Philly.
Pick six.
All right, so you might want to light one up if you decide to watch any game in the NFC South. But listen, we've got the Panthers and the Bucs this weekend. Both these teams actually can score some points, and Bryce Young's at least been better. So maybe the Panthers won't make your viewing list, but maybe you can bet on them instead. So the Panthers getting 8 points against the Bucs this weekend. I know that the Bucs can score points in bunches, and they've beaten the Panthers pretty badly over the last few trips. But in the last 3, Carolina's still 2-1 ATS over those last 3 games, and that's been some bad Panthers bunches. This is the best that Carolina's played all season. They've been covering machines 6-1 against the number of their last 7 games. The only time they didn't cover was when they were favorites against the Cowboys. So as underdogs, they have been cash money. You're giving me 8 points with Carolina and a Tampa Bay defense that's been a little lackluster, over the last few weeks, just gave up 26 points to the Cowboys. So let's go Carolina getting 8 against Tampa Bay.
I will definitely not be watching that game, but I like the call, Chelsea. It's a 1 o'clock Eastern kickoff on Sunday at Raymond James.
Pick six.
All right, time to give a pick which is not drug-induced. Let's go Chargers. -4 at the Patriots. Oh, yeah, the Patriots. Ooh, they looked good against the Bills last week. Did they win that game? No, they did not. They were up 14-0. Bills came all the way back. What is New England playing for? Just not to have their worst record since 1992 when they went 2-14. This is a great spot for the Chargers because they need this win to ensure they play in the postseason. It's a good spot for Jim Harbaugh as well because we know what a defensive mind he is. And also, if you want to stop the Patriots, you just make Drake May beat you. And at some point, maybe he'll have the weapons to do so. But I don't think it's going to happen in this game. The Patriots can't run the ball. They're 32nd in the NFL on the ground. So you know they're going to force Drake May to go to the air. I think it's a bad combination. And also, all-time Jim Harbaugh, as a favorite of 6 points or less, 26-7 against the number. That is a trend I cannot ignore. Chargers -4 in Foxborough.
Ooh, well, if you want to watch that one and a root for the Chargers along with Jenks, 1 Eastern start. It's a Saturday game at Foxborough.
Pick six.
All right. How about rooting for some points? I'm going to go with the over 47 between the Packers and the Vikings. So the normal line on this one, I believe, is 48.5. I'm going to play it down just a nudge, but I still think we're going to see a lot of points between these two teams. First of all, this is a big divisional matchup in the NFC North, and you look at the Packers offense, boy, have they been on fire as of late. 30-plus points in 5 straight games. And we saw a shootout last time these two teams played. It was a very back and forth affair where the final score in that one was, let's say, 31-29, Minnesota winning it. Minnesota's offense has been great as well. If you look at Sam Darnold, obviously he is putting up great numbers. I know that Green Bay has some good pieces on their defense, but I think both these quarterbacks have enough to rule the roost here. I think we see a lot of points. I think it's a back and forth affair where neither team can really take their foot off the gas pedal. So let's go over 47 in Green Bay and Minnesota.
It is an NFC North battle getting underway at 4:25 in the East on Sunday in Minneapolis.
Pick six. Pick six.
All right. Let me roll up my sleeves here because it's time to be a homer. Commanders, -4 hosting the Falcons. Double D is on his Falcons. Good luck, Double D. I still want to sit in your lap and stroke your beard, but I'm on the Commanders here. Commanders can clinch a playoff spot would they win. Going to be an awesome atmosphere in Landover. And think about what we saw from the Commanders last time out against the Eagles. They had 5 turnovers in that game and still found a way to win. And I understand that Jalen Hurts did not play, but remember, the Eagles had a 14-point lead. This is the number 1 defense in the NFL. Commanders still came all the way back after giving the ball to the Eagles again, and again. Jalen Hurts not going to play this week. Looks like he's in concussion protocol. So that means, what does it mean? It means that the Commanders are going to have the same strategy as they had against the Eagles when they play the Falcons, which is, all right, you got a guy in Michael Penix Jr. that doesn't have a lot of experience, just like Kenny Pickett didn't have a lot of experience. Let's focus on your running back. They stopped Saquon Barkley last week. They're going to stop Bijan Robinson this week. You make the team you're playing one-dimensional. That's the plan for the Commanders, and I understand that Michael Penix Jr. has a lot of talent. I get that. It's still his second ever NFL game. The Commanders' defense focuses on stopping Bijan. They find a way to cover this number. And Washington, 6-2 against the number at home this season. They've been very good. Second best mark in the NFL. Let's go Commanders -4 on Sunday Night Football.
Ooh, rooting against a former Longhorn. That has to sting a little bit for you, Jenks. Going against Bijan.
Yeah.
He's such a dynamic player, but the Commanders, what a story. And this is a primetime game. It's going to be a big spot for Michael Penix Jr. Going against Jaden Daniels, who finds a way to win, it feels like, just about every time against some of these lesser teams. All right, if you want to watch that one, like I said, Sunday Night Football matchup, 8:20 Eastern kick in Landover.
Pick six. Pick six.
All right, let's root for points once again. I feel like a bit of a square taking all these overs, but that one in Minnesota was outdoors, and then this one, the Bengals and the Broncos, 2 offenses that can really get it going, and a Bengals defense that can give it up to just about any offense, it feels like, minus maybe the Browns. But if you look at the Bengals and the Broncos, a lot of B's, Bears beats Battlestar Galactica. If you look at both these teams, 2 of the hottest teams to the over so far this season. The Bengals 10-5 to the over this year. Meanwhile, Denver 9-5-1 to the over as well. We know the Bengals offense can score points. I don't think I have to sell you too much on Joe Burrow and company. But what about Denver? I feel like this is a soft defensive matchup for Bo Nix and company. Bo Nix has been great. I feel like if Jaden Daniels hasn't had this spectacular season, we would be talking a lot more about Bo Nix and this offense. I understand they're coming off a loss to the Chargers, but they still scored 27 points. So let's go for a shootout between the Bengals and the Broncos. Let's go over 49 in that game.